Last time on Suikoden, we recruited a whole lot of new members, and today we're gonna, well, continue doing that. Hey, it's a pretty cool fort. So yes, you've probably noticed already, but Matthew's place is just to our right. No one really has much of a room at the moment, but he's right over here. I slept on that crate. He hasn't disowned you, right? So in addition to Mir and Gremia, we're also taking Victor and Cleo along, which is why we only have 2 character slots. So, the thread voted unanimously for Kai, and I had to do a dice roll for this, but the winning other character was Sansuke. So, Kai is a very powerful unit, especially if you find him this early in the game. He's got some extremely good stats. And not only that, as I said before, he also has a unite attack with Mir. Sansuke is basically the opposite, in that he starts at level 1 and is fairly weak. The only reason he's level 9 is because I went to a town and got in one fight with 6 flying squirrels, and that pushed him all the way up to level 9. So yeah, I did want to give him a water rune, even though magic's really not his thing. Kai, it doesn't matter too much, he's got the hazy rune anyway, but I figured I'd give Sansuke a water rune since it kind of fits him, you know, being a bath master and all. Although to be fair, a hazy rune would also be kind of fitting. Anyway though, I do find it a little bit disappointing that you have to take Cleo and Victor along. Obviously they're also here for story reasons, but you only have 2 slots right at the point where you get a whole lot of new playable units. Like, I think most players would remember where they found, like, Chandler in the lot and maybe find a few other characters, but you don't have much to work with, which is a shame, because we did get a fair few characters. Though I guess to be fair, a lot of them were hidden, so they probably only expect you to have a few of those guys, because most of the other units we recruited aren't really battle-ready. Huh, a new military commander. Well, that sounds like trouble. Sure we won't run into him. Well, isn't that why he's here in the first place? Kinda being a semi-hermit all the way here in Kuon? Yeah, that's not surprising at all. The Imperials, they kinda suck. That's, the feeling I'm getting. So, at the inn, we have one familiar face. Alright, well, you told me about jars or something earlier, and you're kinda creepy now, so let's ignore him. Oh, well, why not? Let's recruit her. Oh, damn. Okay, so we've been slam dunked by Lorelei. She's the first person to say, nah, I'm not gonna bother with you guys. Which, yeah, that can happen from time to time, but most of the people you find around at the start, or at the very least, where we're able to get to at this point, are going to agree to join you, just without a second thought. Oh yeah, I'd love to rebel against the extremely powerful Scarlet Moon Empire. Sounds like a great idea. Okay, but like, he's gotta have a schedule, right? Well, we give up pretty quickly. Alright, so we've got an armor store over here, and it's a pretty good one. Unfortunately, still no, like, named characters, so nobody for our fortress. We've got the karate uniform. The leather armor's better, but, you know, the karate uniform is usable by more units. Got an emblem, and that's it. So yeah, a whole lot of expensive stuff. Which of course I'll be buying, and also taking a look at that steel shield, just because, eventually we'll find a character with a shield. Just because absolutely 0 of the characters we have thus far could do that, it doesn't mean we won't find one. Now, this is the first, oh shoot, what are these called again? Appraisal shops we've seen in a while. Haven't seen one since Gregminster, and I've had so many of these ornaments lying around. It'll be nice to finally identify them or sell them. Basically, I just like to have one of each thing so I can put it out in the bathing area. I don't really think there's anyone who has like a specific thing you need. I think it's mostly just for selling and decoration. Anyway, though, that's that. So we can leave. Now, we don't really have anywhere to go. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't talk to this new military commander, but how else are we going to get into Lapont's house? Alright, well, I've tried very little. Time to go with Plan Z, this very suspicious man. Well, yeah, I kinda figured. That Giovanni guy will just stand there forever. He doesn't need to eat, or sleep, or blink. We are in the inn. You saw the sign outside, right? Oh, I see, we're slightly to the left. They'll never hear us now! Cause he hates you. Well, I mean, Matthew just said we should tell him that Matthew sent him. In which case, I think Lapont did disown him. God damn it, Matthew. I love my wife so much. And also my sword. Come with me to dinner, sword wife. And also human wife. I love you both, equally. And of course, Victor has no problem with this. Alright, not doing a crime. Are we pretending to be thieves now? How pathetic. What was that, sir? Nothing. Okay, well, nothing's really changed around town, but now there are crickets, so I guess it must be time to leave. You can still go to sleep and heal up if you need to. That being said, we don't need to. I healed off screen. That being said, you should really heal. This dungeon can actually be a little bit tough. Also, if you didn't bring Kai, then you absolutely want to make sure that you're ready for this. Now, in addition to, being fairly tough, I also think this is a pretty cool dungeon. Though this part makes me think we're in Minish Cap just because we're in the rafters, and suddenly the room looks gigantic, and I don't know why. So, all in all, I think this dungeon just has like a really cool design of sneaking into a house, and there are a few dead ends, but it's not too maze-like, and the path's fairly clear, and oh, so you're guarding the treasure, huh? Oh, he's pretty friendly. Okay, are we gonna have to fight, you friendly dude? You don't have a vault, you fool! You utter imbecile! Oh, you were? Okay, well, if you're not gonna guard this treasure room, then sure, yeah. Alright, so, that's Rock recruited. You can't actually use him in battle, he's just going to be the guy who keeps our inventory. Unfortunately, I don't think you can send things over to him, like, once you're in the field. That being said, having a place to spare store our spare stuff, rather, very good. So, these are the robot soldiers, the only enemies in this dungeon. They're extremely tough, and the Master Pupil attack will really help here. As you can see, Sansuke's in the back row, even though he's a short-range character, because if he's in the front, he will die. I'll switch him to the front when I'm able, but yeah, I would really rather not keep him up there at level 9. So yeah, as you can see, robot soldiers can take a beating and dish one out as well. Their accuracy isn't the best, which is, I guess, the only saving grace here, but they do a lot of damage, and they take a lot of damage, and of course, if not for the Master Pupil attack, which attacks all of them at once with two pretty powerful characters, these guys would be way tougher, and they do a lot more damage. But thanks to Mir and Kai, I am able to 2-round them, which greatly helps. Groups of 3, of course, are a lot less tough than the groups of 6, but the groups of 6 are pretty damn common, so don't think you're going to be getting a lot of breaks from the enemies in this dungeon, and oh man, look at all those levels. What did he go up to, level 16? He got 7 levels from that? Very good. So maybe he'll actually be able to go up to the front soon. Wouldn't that be nice? Oh, and one thing I actually forgot to mention. Another really cool thing about the battle system in Suikoden. Actually, I'll save it for after this, because we've got a bit of a puzzle here. It's not a difficult one. Just make sure not to step in front of these guys if you don't want to fight, because otherwise they'll just kick you out. But it's really easy to get past them without being seen. The way you're supposed to go is pretty obvious. Anyway, though, what I forgot to mention was the fact that if you heal in battle, but then the battle ends before you reach the healer character's turn, at the end of the fight, that character will still heal everyone, or whoever else they were supposed to in battle, which is really nice because it prevents you from having to go back to the inventory screen, or the menu on the world map. It is super helpful, and it's actually a really good feature. I would hate to miss out on mentioning that, but yeah, I was reminded by the fact that that came up a lot thanks to Sansuke in this dungeon. Oh, okay, this dude's a thief? Question mark? Except actually, Jupo's not a thief. He did build the robots who act as the security system. No, they have been beating my face in for a while, actually. So, Victor's referring to a thing we haven't seen yet. It's the thing in the next room. You might be thinking Jupo's talking about a boss, but no, it's actually something far worse. You can fight a boss. Instead... Welcome back to the Smite Teeth... God damn it, I gotta stop doing that. Anyway, welcome to the Hell Wheel. This thing sucks, and I hate it. There is absolutely no strategy to this. You step on the wheel, and the game will just decide what panel you go to. The goal is the top path, one of the smallest spots on the wheel. And yeah, there's nothing set, you pretty much just keep going until eventually you reach the top, which can take quite a while, actually. You can get a treasure from the treasure chest, you can gain experience, you can lose it, or you can get something random from that orange space. Of course, the spaces with the little monster faces, which is actually the poison icon, I believe, those are encounters, so you'll have to fight robots if you hit those. Anyway, yeah. I do love, though, that it does have experience, like, oh, I landed on the experience draining one. Oh no, my battle experience! It's all draining out of my body! How did a wood panel do that? Alright, anyway, this is actually a pretty easy fight. I don't know how difficult these can get, because thankfully I only got one. I got super lucky and didn't have to do this too many times, but the Hell Wheel is still the worst thing. Because, again, there is no strategy to it. It's all luck. If the game feels like screwing you over for an hour, guess what? You're sitting there for an hour, motherfucker. Nothing you can do. Also, if you're like me and you have save states, if I remember correctly, that doesn't actually change what you're going to get. Like if I were to save at the end of this fight, and resume afterwards, it would still go to whatever it is it's going to after this fight, even if I were to load, so... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. I remember from a while back I was trying to cheat the system, but nope. Wasn't happening. Also, yeah, that can happen. That was just nothing. I landed on the tiny little seam between something and nothing. Actually, technically speaking, the front panel's nothing as well, but still. Alright, so yeah, we did it. That didn't take too terribly long. As I said, it can be far, far worse. So, does LaPont really like this sword? Because, I don't know, if I had a cool-ass sword, I wouldn't hide it behind a horrible hell wheel? Because I wouldn't want to go past the hell wheel. The hell wheel sucks. Nobody likes it. At that point, I would just treat it like a fucking expensive car and never use the thing ever. Not because of its craftsmanship being so good, but because I made it far too difficult to actually access it. So, the nice thing is, I do believe that by talking to Jupo, you do actually shut off random encounters around here. Either that, or I got super lucky and didn't run into anything. If that's the case and he did shut all this stuff off, I don't think you actually have to do this in any sort of fancy manner, but at the time I didn't want to chance it, because otherwise I'd have to do a battle I didn't have to, and nobody wants to do that. Oh yeah, and by the way, Jupo did join us, just FYI. Nothing about that conversation indicates that Jupo joins, nor do I understand why he would want to after that, but he did. We didn't make mention of it, he just did it. Wow, only one? You got really lucky with RNG then. Well, normally I would say yes, but this does seem very familiar, doesn't it? We're on to your game. Lorelei, get him! Drink the tea, Kryn. Come on, drink the fucking tea. Well, I mean, we were. Wait, no, Cleo, you're not completely free from this sin. You also fell for it. Begrudgingly, but you did. Oh, wow, LaPont already. So, by the way, my favorite thing about LaPont's icon is he's kind of orange, as is his shirt. So, his icon makes it look like he's just shirtless all the time. He is a very shirtless man. Look at him. His muscles are gigantic. But no, actually, that's just cloth. Let's maybe not ellipses this time. I mean, Matthew could be a dick all of a sudden, but I'm glad you calmed down and you're not trying to kill me. I like that part of it. Aw, come on, you scamp. Don't you want to use this cool sword? I got it out from the hell wheel. You don't have to go through that thing anymore. Ah, well, mentioned your wife, so, here you go. So, we came all the way out here for nothing. What a good day. Don't worry, I'll handle this. I'm not Master LaPont, he's already gone. Oh well, goodbye. Alright, so, I think you know where we need to go. Oh, of course it's Craze. It's always Craze. Oh, wow, they're extremely dead right now. Hey, LaPont, are you sure about that not wanting to join us thing? 'Cause, like, you murdered the hell out of those two. Yeah, you sure showed them. That was a pretty good diss, LaPont. You did it. Alright, you deal with those guys. I'm gonna see if there's treasure. And there is. It was worth it. Yoink. I mean, it's Craze's house. I might as well pilfer it. He deserves it. He's Craze. Oh, it's not so bad. Alright, so unfortunately, LaPont needs to replace someone. And since Sunsuke got the fewest votes, that means he's out. Sorry, buddy. Also, the dumb thing is, we're gonna do this battle, and no matter who you replace, LaPont's gonna be in the back, and he's a short-ranged character, and he doesn't have any items. So, this battle that's supposed to show you how cool and awesome LaPont is, that doesn't happen, because he's in the back, and he can't do anything. So you definitely want the Master Pupil attack just to make this go by quicker. Also, if Fire Rune helps, you could just fucking set them all on fire if you want. It's not a bad idea. Because then, instead of half their party being gone, it would be the entire thing. And not that this is going to be difficult. I can just spam this all day because there's no consequence. You do not get unbalanced from the Master Pupil attack no matter how many times you use it. And the animation isn't too long either, which is nice. Alright, so let's look at LaPont. Now, we of course want him in the front, and let's rearrange you so you're in the proper order. I want Gremio to be my right-hand man, and LaPont, you can go front and center. Alright, so, of course, he's got Kirinji. And if you look at his equipment, he's got a shield! At last! A person who can use a shield! He can pick up a piece of wood and hold it in front of him. It's a very difficult skill, but LaPont's mastered it. That's how you know he's a true warrior. Alright, so, go to the less impressive looking room first because, of course, there's an item here. Yoink! I needed that antique. Alright. Hey, Craze! Quit it! Oh, hold up a sec. Let me just grab my tiny violin and play you a song. Okay, ignoring your phrasing, we're gonna kick your ass. And the rest of you afterwards. Oh no, more enemies. Whatever will we do? Hey, remember my fire strategy that I mentioned earlier? Well, I'm gonna do that. I guess I'll try to have LaPont do a thing, but, like, we got another spell because Cleo's magic is that good, so, we're just gonna do a little bit of this. And we're just gonna set him on fire. Sorry, LaPont, but we're not gonna get to see what you're capable of. He is very strong, but, like, fire, it's very useful. Ooh, nice, we're level 20. Maybe now Lorelei will join us. You absolutely would love to do that, Craze. I don't believe you. That was just a statement. He's not gonna ellipses that. Come on, Pawn. Can't you see you're just a rook in his game of chess? Yeah, like everyone. I'm sure Tio will be fine. So, you cannot kill Craze, but there's no consequence to killing him. He's not gonna appear after this anyway, so, you know. I don't feel bad about that. Alright, good job, Pawn. So yeah, basically, before Pawn betrayed us because he really did think he was helping by calling the guard, because of course he trusts Tio and therefore he trusts the Empire, so, you know, he is loyal to a fault, as you would say. But upon seeing him again, he did have a change of heart, so, you know, he's doing the right thing now. I'm proud of you, Pawn, even if you did screw up. Alright, now how are you two doing? I feel bad for you, Eileen, because no one should be in that close a proximity to Craze. It's bad enough killing the dude. He's icky. Yeah, the opposite of that happens. Wait, what? No, LaPont, that's a stupid idea! LaPont, you moron! Yeah, no, you probably will. What, you think we're gonna kill you or something? Do you not think we're gonna survive this fight? 'Cause, like, we will. And I continue doing so even after the honeymoon. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Alright, so that's LaPont recruited, and Eileen as well. It just doesn't state that. Alright, well, let's leave. Well, we need a bit of time to prepare. I was fully prepared to leave my wife, but I guess she wants to come along. Guess she loves me or something. Thick and thin. I don't get it. Alright, well, anyway, that's that. We got a whole lot of new characters as well. Giovanni joins us, though he can't actually fight. And Kryn joined us as well, because if he didn't, we would send his ass right to jail. So yeah, I would say that was a pretty successful mission. And given that we're done here, I suppose we'll skip right over to the base. Alright, and here we are back at Torin. So, HQ's gonna be that much more lively. Now, Sansuke did leave our party, and unfortunately Matthew's not gonna be hanging around in his usual spot because we do have a story scene. But before we do that, I'd like to end this mission the same way I do in pretty much any Suikoden game. Even though I can't have Sansuke here, unfortunately, we're gonna be taking everyone who went on that mission to the bath. I guess Sansuke's eternal duty is merely to guard the bath rather than take one. It is a sad, lonely life he leads, but he sacrifices his happiness for the greater good. So yeah, I kind of just like to hang out for a bit, you know. We did a whole lot of stuff, we gotta go and relax for a few minutes. We're gonna play some antiques here and there. I did also have to put the octopus rune back because I forgot to save after bathing that one time. And we're gonna give the men's side the creepy-ass hex doll. Yep, sure does feel like someone's watching us. So, one neat little detail is, the longer you stay in the bath, the more red the characters get. You probably don't notice it too much right now, though they have gotten a little more red. It does become more evident as you stay in for like a minute or two. So yeah, it's not anything huge, but it is a cute little detail. Just stay a while and you get really red and also probably prune a whole lot. Hey, Pawn, how's it going? That wasn't even a question, he just stated it. Where's his food? Well, actually, it's right here. 'Cause we're going to another story segment. Hey, look at that! It's our old buddies Varkas and Sidonia. Remember how we almost got you killed, but then we made up for it? Whew, good times, good times. Unless, you got strung up. And just like that, another 2 members join us. You know full well he's not going to say much. Aw, he's shy. Say hi, Odessa. Hey, how's it going? I'm not smaller than when you last saw me, definitely not, and I'm definitely not a puppet either. Is Mir moving his mouth? No, he's not at all. What are you talking about? But Odessa said she always hated the North. I'm sure Pawn would love that. A fine and understanding leader, in that you understand that we really like food, and you're fine because you provide it. And all the characters that we could definitely have by this point, minus like Yamku and Luke, are all here. I don't know where everyone else is or why they're not here. Seems kind of unfair. Man, Lepant really hates the fucking Empire. I haven't seen him this happy in years. Oh, that's cool, Taiho. Anyway, bye. Haven't seen you in a while. We'll have to catch up later. Okay, I have to admit, Varkas saying yo is really weird. That doesn't seem like his sort of greeting. No, he absolutely cannot. I'm going to guess that all of those bottles are Victor's. Are you having fun even though you're not drinking because I won't let you? You know, you can't just remove one of these, right? Oh, it's an assassin. How's it going? Alright, here's a fight with an assassin. You can't instant death him, unfortunately. I don't know why, but assassin is just invulnerable to being killed by a rune. I mean, I guess if he's coming after it is probably good that he's resistant to its power, otherwise I would just send his soul straight down to hell, but he's really not doing much damage, and now he's running away. Good job, buddy, you sucked a lot. And that was worth 5 experience. How dare you do the thing that is probably the least threatening thing you've done? The assassination, whatever, but the infiltration, I hate it. Oh no, I'm so scared of the assassin who barely did anything to me alone. Well, if Wendy's gonna make an effort like that, I think we all have to be afraid. She'll stop at nothing. Oh no! All 3 of my dads are arguing! Stop doing that! Please, guys, you can all guard my room. Alright, well, that's it for Suikoden. Next time, we're gonna have another draft episode. 'Cause we really could use more members.